and welcome to Elementary Music with Donna. I am Donna Rhodenizer. I know that you probably have figured out by now all of the songs that you're going to use for your school concert in December, whether it's a Christmas concert or a winter concert, whatever you call it. I expect that you have already figured out some repertoire, but just in case you have not, I have a few suggestions I'm going to give you that you might want to pull in. With your kindergarten or primary students, you're going to want to start something now that may or may not have any reference to Christmas, so that you can start singing with that song and having that to be really familiar for those students. This is their first concert, and it's going to be a very interesting thing to put these young students on the stage and looking out at a full audience of people. Think how scary that's got to be for those young students as they're in their very first school concert. When you're picking music for your kindergarten students, you want to choose something that's not going to be overly difficult for them vocally. Some of these students will still not be singing at pitch or in tune with anybody else. When you are choosing songs for those kindergarten and primary students, you want to choose songs with narrow range if possible. Adding actions to whatever they're singing helps them to be able to internalize those lyrics, and the action helps them remember what those lyrics are. If you can incorporate music that has movement and a little bit of singing, that's an easier job for them than to have a song with a lot of words in it that they have to memorize and be able to sing. And the last thing when programming kindergarten primary music, I highly recommend combining classes if possible. Now, if you've got a small school, you may not be able to do that. Although I have combined like kindergarten or primary grade 1 students together, and that support those kids that just even have 1 year of experience goes a long way to help support those young students. So when they come out on the stage, they are in groups of 60. If you combine 3, we have a 20 student cap for grade primary. So your kindergarten or grade 1 students, 60 kids singing is going to be much easier for them to project in a large space such as a gymnasium or a multi-purpose room. They won't be needing to force their voices. They will have lots of support, lots of people surrounding them, and it is a great way to go when putting those young students on the stage for the first time. Now, I've got a couple of song suggestions. I created myself a document where I've got 5 or 6 suggestions for the grade level, and the first one that I have is the song, "Did you ever see a snowflake, a snowflake, a snowflake? Did you ever see a snowflake go this way and that?" And so they can be falling and drifting and falling and drifting. Did you ever see a snowflake like that, or whatever words. So you can adapt those words to whatever you want. You can get the students to help you create those words, some ownership, and they can write the song they sing for their first concert. We also did a version of "Did you ever see a snowman?" I job shared my job, and my job sharing partner created most of the words for "Did you ever see a snowman?" And he was, "Did you ever see a snowman on a warm winter day, and he's dripping and dropping and slipping and slopping?" And so those are really fun words to create, and a great song that's non-seasonal holiday, but it is seasonal winter. Let me see what else we got. Jingle Bells. I have a wonderful instrumental version of Jingle Bells that the students just sang the Jingle Bells part, and we all had colored scarves, so we did a clapping pattern. So we went jingle bells behind our back, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, with their scarves, we went around. And then I've repeated that. And for the B section, they didn't sing that part. It was just instrumental, and they did up and down and up and down and up and down and up and changing back and forth above their head and back and forth and round like a helicopter, round and round and round, and then whatever else we did, and twirl your hands or whatever. There's a whole bunch of different activities. Just looks colorful, and then they sang Jingle Bells again. So that was a wonderful song to do for their little voices, something that was sort of familiar because they've heard it before and probably have sung it at home, and some movement, so they didn't have to remember all of those words. In our French immersion stream. We've also done that, so they had to learn Vive le vent, Vive le vent, Vive le vent d'hiver, but they didn't have to learn all of the words for the verse. Again, much easier for them. I have 3 pieces that I have created. Midnight March has also been translated into French, La Marche de Minuit, and it's about soldiers in a toy shop that at midnight they come alive. So we started out all bent over, and I did a kabasa. I went shik, 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 as if they were being wound up, and then they stood up straight, and they counted to 12, and then backwards, and then they did a little bit of marching in the middle, where they just went left, right, left, right, left, right with the music, and then they sang again. So again, lots of movement, a little bit of singing, but lots of actions to help them to know what they were doing. Father Christmas, Did You Get My Letter is to the familiar tune of Alouette. Father Christmas, did you get my letter? Father Christmas, this is what I want. And that's a very simple song. My pieces of music, La Marche de Minuit and Midnight March, which are just 2 translations of the same song, Father Christmas and Christmas ChaChaCha, which I haven't talked about yet, but which I'm going to, are all available as single song downloads at redcastlepublishing.com. Right there. And the other ones, you can either make up your own adaptations to those, or send me an email and I can send you a PDF copy of the lyrics that we figured out for our students to do. And Christmas ChaChaCha. Christmas ChaChaCha is, again, another action song, and I've done it with my French immersion students. It's great because it's all directions, but you can do it with English kids as well. So, cha-cha high and cha-cha low, cha-cha fast and cha-cha slow, or cha-cha en haut et cha-cha en bas, cha-cha vite et cha-cha lentement, so on. And it's called Christmas ChaChaCha, but you can do, my school was KCA, so we did the KCA ChaChaCha instead of Christmas ChaChaCha. So you can take Christmas out of it completely, so it doesn't have to be holiday. It can just be a movement song. And although it is called a cha-cha-cha, we did nothing with our feet. It was all with our hands. So when we went cha-cha high and cha-cha low, cha-cha fast and cha-cha slow, cha-cha up and cha-cha down, do the Christmas cha-cha, or do the primary cha-cha, or do the KCA cha-cha, whatever you want to stick in that spot, and turn yourself around. And if you want to and you have space and it's safe to do so, you can get them to turn around. But we can also do and turn yourself around, and you can do that as an alternate thing. I have one more on my list. In the series Music Builders, which is an old 1980s series that I have, there's a song in there by Lucille Wood, and it's called 5 Little Raindrops. Nope, I called it 5 Little Raindrops. It's called Raindrops. And it's 1 little raindrop falling on the roof, falling on the roof, falling on the roof. And you can go in my Elementary Music with Donna videos. I'll put the link for that below this video. And I'm talking about it. I've done it as a rain song, but I've also done it as a snow song. And so you can do 1 little snowflake falling on the roof, and 1 little snowflake falling on the ground, and 1 little snowflake piling up in drifts, or whatever you want to do. So that's very easily adaptable. That is a great song to do now, early November, and once they know it can be rain or snow or whatever, but it can go right into that concert season and be adapted and be used as a concert song. But it will be really well known. Just do it a little bit every day when they come in, and it becomes something that is from your class, and you can do movement with it. You can add scarves to that as well if you'd like, or create snowflakes that are fastened to the kids' hands by strings so that when they're doing that, the snowflakes are moving, or lots of ideas for concert there. All right. One last thing. If you've got your repertoire all chosen, I still want to leave you with something that's maybe going to help you as you're planning for your concert. I always create a list of lineups for my classroom teachers, and I start lining the kids up in that order when they come to music class. When they're in the class, I read the list, I get them to line up, follow each other, say, okay, pay attention, this is who you're behind, this is who you're ahead. Okay, now scatter. Okay, can we get back in our lineup? And we practice that in class a few minutes. And you can do it when they're lining up to leave. You can say, can we get in concert order just before you leave? And do that. But how are you going to know what the concert order is? So here is something that I have done in the last 5 or 6 years. Extremely helpful. I say all of the people who think they're the tallest go stand over there. All the people who think they're the shortest go stand over there. And then I know I need 3 rows of 7 kids. So I say, okay, there's 10 of the tallest thinking that they're the tallest kids over here. I need you 7. Would you just stand in a line? I take their picture. Okay, here's the 7 shortest people over here. I take their picture. And then all the people that are left just stand in line. I take their picture. And then when they're not there in my classroom, I look at the picture, figure out who I want to stand next to whom, and the next time they come in, I read the list and we get in that order. So it's fast. It takes me time outside of class time, but it doesn't take class time from them, from doing musical activities. And when you've got a picture, you can remember, oh, right, that's the class that that's the Katie with the glasses and the blonde hair. That's not the class where Katie is the Katie with red hair, because you've got multiple kids and multiple names and you're thinking, oh gosh, now which one is that? So that helps. Take a picture and then create your list and then check that list when they come back to music class again and see if it works and make adjustments. But it's fast, take a picture and it's done. I hope you are having a great day making music and make music a great part of your day.